Singers can be categorized into 6 main voice categories based on vocal range. That means that the entire collection of pitches that you're able to produce from the lowest to the very highest will determine the voice category that you belong to. Today we're going to be looking into these 6 voice categories and how you can discover your vocal range and find out what voice category you belong to. And that's what's coming up. Hey, Vocal Wonders, I'm Akurios and welcome to another edition of Vocal Wonder this Wednesday. It's a fantastic time to keep singing. It's a fantastic time to learn new things about singing. If you're seeing me for the first time, my name is Akurios. I'm a musician, a music producer, audio engineer, a voice coach, a music educator, and entrepreneur. And I'm here to help musicians find the courage to pursue a music career and earn a living in the process while improving their skills and talents. We've covered quite a lot of things regarding voice training and vocal development on this channel, so you can go ahead and visit past videos. They will help you understand better the things that we're going to be talking about from here on out. So if you are interested in developing your voice and becoming a better singer, then go ahead and subscribe to the channel, tap the notification bell so that you're notified when there's new content on this channel. Now today we're talking about finding your vocal range, knowing the exact range of notes that your voice is able to produce. And we're also going to find out what voice category you belong to as a vocalist so that you can zero in on developing your voice particularly. That's one of the main things you're going to be learning in this video, so stick with me till the very end so that you can have that established. One of the fantastic things about knowing your vocal range and what voice category you belong to is that you will now know exactly how to address the issues that you're having with your voice, and you will now know exactly how to approach the development and improvement of your tone, of your vocal range, vocal flexibility, even your breath support, and every other aspect of your voice development. As wonderful as general workout sessions and general voice training programs can be, it's important to have a tailor-made structure for yourself that is tailored to your own unique voice. Not every voice training program out there is made for you. Not every voice training structure or program is designed for you. And I'm sure you would have found this out by yourself, having visited, some sites and some programs here and there trying to improve your voice. Because it's important that a vocal coach looks at you, realizes the kind of issues and problems you're having, the kind of voice you have, the vocal range you have, the texture, and the things that will best suit your type of voice and help you grow quicker. And one of the first places to start with this is establishing your vocal range and finding out what voice category you belong to. Alright, so the 6 voice categories are bass, baritone, tenor, contralto, mezzo-soprano, and soprano. Now these voice categories are different from harmony parts, the soprano, alto, tenor, and bass, which are based on harmony, which are based on the notes arranged in a particular piece of music, but the 6 voice categories are based on your vocal range. And ultimately that determines the parts that you sing in a song. So if you are a soprano, for instance, based on your vocal range, then you would end up singing the highest sounding parts in a piece of music. So let's not confuse one for the other. SATB, that's harmony, based on harmony, based on the arrangement of a piece of music. And then the 6 voice categories are based on your individual vocal range. Now these voice categories are split into 2 groups, male and female. Now under normal or more common circumstances, the bass, the baritone, and tenor categories are male categories. And then the contralto, the mezzo-soprano, and soprano are female. Okay? Now, but there are cases where you would find females who are tenors because they have very low vocal ranges, they have very low voices. And then there are times where you would find males who are contraltos because they have very high voices. So each voice category has a vocal range. And in human beings, naturally, on the average, humans have a vocal range of about 2 octaves. And if you don't know what an octave is, an octave just refers to the next sound having the same letter name, either above or below. So if we talk about C here, so the octave is the same C. It's the same letter name, the same note, but just an octave apart. So it's higher in pitch, but it's actually the same key. So on the average, humans have a vocal range of 2 octaves. So each voice category has a vocal range. And then we're going to start with the bass, and I'll tell you exactly what vocal range falls under what voice category. The bass voice category has a vocal range of E2 to E4. And then the baritone has a vocal range of G2 to G4. And then tenor to, that's the vocal range of tenor. So that's the male section now. Most males are comfortable between these 3 voice categories. And then the vocal range of the contraltos is from G3 to G5. And the vocal range of the mezzo-sopranos is from G3 to A4. Just a little higher than that of the contraltos. And then the vocal range of the sopranos is from A3 to F6. So if you're a soprano, you can try and hit that, right? Okay, so now these voice categories, the vocal ranges of these voice categories, what it just means is that this range, this group of notes, for instance, for the contraltos or the tenors, is the group of notes that can be conveniently, comfortably produced by this particular singer. So how do you find what category you belong to? That's what I'm going to show you now. You first and foremost have to find your vocal range, and then you trace it to these voice categories and their vocal ranges so that you can find out what particular group you belong to. And we're going to use the major scale. We all know the major scale, right? So let's sing along. The major scale, simple. Everybody knows the major scale. 1, 2, go. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Very simple. But we're going to do something. We're going to continue the scale when we get to the octave. Remember, the octave is the next sound having the same letter name. Okay, now when we get to ba, we'll continue re, mi. Okay, so we start from do. 1, 2, 3, go. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, re, mi. You see what I did? I continued even after I got to the octave. So you continue. And then you find out what's the lowest pitch you can produce. That's the first thing you do. What's the lowest pitch? For instance, if this is your lowest pitch, so you start from that point, okay? With a big breath. You don't have to do it all in one breath. You can take breaths in between anywhere. The goal is to find your vocal range across the piano keyboard, all right? So if this is the lowest note we can produce, do, we start the scale from that point and go as far as we can, all right? 1, 2, 3. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. And you keep going as long as it's comfortable and as long as it sounds like a note, like a pitch, okay? If it begins to sound like something else, like something dying, then it's no longer a note. It's not something you should bother about. It's not about how high you can go. Now listen, the most important thing about finding or discovering your vocal range is not so that you can extend it. No, extending your vocal range is the least, in my opinion, the least important aspect of voice development. Your vocal range does not need to be extended. There's no very necessary or compulsory reason why you should extend your vocal range, except you have a very narrow vocal range. The most important thing about discovering your vocal range, the most important thing to do after you have discovered your vocal range, is to strengthen the tone and the quality of your voice within your vocal range. And wherever you are, try this for yourself and discover your own vocal range by yourself. Just find out the lowest note you can produce. The important thing is that you found your own vocal range, and you can now begin to look for tailor-made structures and programs that will help you improve your own voice. So try it out and let me know what voice category you belong to. I'd like to hear from you to know your vocal range so that we can know exactly how to help. All right, now you may not know exactly how to use a piano keyboard to do this, but if you have a friend or someone close to you who you would like to reach to be of assistance in that particular area, do that. And then have the person play the keyboard, play the major scale, or it could be any instrument. Just sing along and make sure you're on pitch and you're able to find out how wide your vocal range is and what specific voice category you belong to. And if you'd like to get across to me to help with discovering your own vocal range and what voice category you belong to, if you're not very sure on how to go about the exercises and you want me to do that for you specifically, then feel free to reach me and just get in touch. That's why I am here. So if this video has been helpful, please tap the like button, give me a thumbs up as usual. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel right now, and that would be amazing. All right, so till next time, let me hear from you. I'm Akurios, and I'm out.